My name's Katie. I wish to share my tale with you. The first part of it is not a good story, but it's my narrative. That's crucial to me. My life was basic. I really liked my life. I lived in Little House. My hubby resided there also. He was called Jack. I loved him better than anything in the world. He had a nice smile. His eyes were kind. I was glad when he laughed. With him, I felt safe. We were in school. He was clever and witty. He said I was gorgeous. Nobody had ever told me that before. We dated for 2 years and got married. We had a little wedding. Only our relatives came over. A couple of friends came as well. It was a nice day. I thought we were going to have a great life. Forever. I had a sister. Her name was Valentina. She was my little sister. We were raised together in a tiny town. We had a room. We shared clothes. We shared all our secrets with one other. She was my best buddy. Not only my sister, my very best friend. When I was unhappy, she made me laugh. I held her hand when she felt frightened. We promised we'd always be there for each other. Always. I thought so. I believed it with all my soul. Jack and I got married, and Valentina came to live in our town. I was very glad. My sister and spouse were in the same place. Here was my whole universe with me. Valentina didn't have many acquaintances in the new town. She came to see us often. I really enjoyed that. The three of us were like a lovely little family. We watched movies together. We made dinner together. We talked. We laughed. Jack helped Valentina with a lot. He fixed her car when it broke. He helped her get a job. I thought he was being polite. He was a good brother, I thought. I thought they were buddies. I was glad they liked each other. It filled my existence. But slowly, things began to shift. Slowly, so slow. I didn't see anything at first. Valentina arrived when I wasn't there. She had taken Jack lunch to his workplace. Jack started talking about her all the time. He claimed Valentina was enjoyable. He said she was clever. I smiled when he spoke about her, but a cold feeling started to rise inside me. It was a small feeling. I was being ridiculous, I told myself. He was in love with me. My sister Valentina. They were kin. They were pals. That was natural. One day, it was my birthday. Jack gave me a lovely silver necklace. There was a little heart on it. I loved it so much. I wore it every day. It meant something for me. Valentina came over for dinner a week later. She had on a new necklace. It was silver, too. It had a heart, too. But her heart was larger. It had a little diamond on it. It was prettier than mine. I saw it, and my heart went funny. I said, "Valentina, that's a gorgeous necklace." I pitched my voice low. "Oh, this," she said. She reached for the heart. "I saw it in the shop. I had to buy it. We have the same taste, Katie." She grinned. It was huge and bright and massive. Jack gazed at her. He smiled too. I gazed at my little heart necklace. It just didn't feel special anymore. I told myself it was only a necklace. It didn't mean anything. I was envious. It was an ugly feeling. I didn't want to be a jealous person. Then Jack began to put in late hours. There was a significant project, he explained, at his firm. When he got home, he felt awfully tired. Sometimes he'd sleep on the couch. I threw a blanket over him, kissed his head. I was sad for him. He was working so hard for us. One night he was quite late. It was after midnight. I was frightened. I telephoned his office. A man picked up the phone. His voice was drowsy. "Hello?" he said. "Hello? Can I speak to Jack?" "Jack Miller?" I said. "No, lady. Everybody went home hours ago. The office is empty," he told her. My hands began to shake. "Oh, okay. Thank you." I hung up. My heart was pounding. Where was he now? Jack came home an hour later. He looked weary. "Hey, honey," he said. He tried to kiss me. I walked out. "Where were you, Jack?" "I called your office. They said you'd left hours ago." He didn't look at me. He put the luggage on a chair. "Oh." I had a drink with my boss. We had to chat about the project. "I'm sorry I didn't call. My phone died." He showed me his black phone screen. I wanted to trust what he was saying. I had to believe him. But something felt not right. He smelled good. He smelt of flowers. It was smell. It wasn't my perfume. I recognized that fragrance. It was Valentina's favorite scent. I felt cold everywhere. "You smell like flowers," I said. He stared at me. "My boss is a woman," he added hastily. "She's wearing perfume." He entered the bedroom. He shut the door. I stayed for a while in the living room. The home was very still. I felt so lonely. I attempted to blank out the next week. I told myself I was nuts. I was inventing stories in my head. I adored Jack. He loves me. My sister was my dearest buddy. All was well. I resolved to be a better wife. So I determined to be a better sister. I wouldn't be suspected. I'd believe them. I tried to speak to Valentina. One day we went out for coffee. Just us two. Like the good old days. I wanted to feel close to her once more. "You and Jack see a lot of each other," I added. I did my best to make it sound happy. She sipped her coffee. She did not look at me. "Well, sure. He helps me much. He is like a brother to me, you know." "I know," I replied. "It's just sometimes I feel a little left out." The words were hard to speak. I felt so stupid. Valentina giggled, laughing out loud. A few folks at the coffee shop were looking at us. "Oh, Katie, don't be ridiculous. You are his wife. You are the most important person in his life. I am just your little sister. He helps me because you want him to. We are family." She leaned across the table. She took my hand. Her hand was burning. "Don't ever think that way. We love you both so much." I glanced at her face. She looked so real. She seemed so compassionate. I was embarrassed. And she was right. I was being foolish. I was letting my fear create difficulties. I held her hand hard. "You're right. I'm sorry." "It's all right," she said. Again she grinned. "Now, tell me about your work. Anything new?" We spoke for another hour. It felt like usual. That felt nice. I felt a lot better and went home. And I felt lighter. I decided to trust them 100%. A month later, it was our wedding day. Our 5th wedding anniversary. It was a special day. I thought I should do a kind thing. I wanted to do something romantic. I was planning a surprise excursion to the mountains. There was a little house along a lake. It was nice. I booked it for the weekend. I was so stoked. I thought about us walking by the lake. I thought of holding hands. It's just the two of us. I told him Thursday evening. "You're in for a treat." I remarked. My eyes were shimmering. "What's that?" he inquired. He looked up from his phone. I booked a trip for our wedding day. We're going to a house in the mountains for the whole weekend. He dropped his phone. He didn't look excited. He seemed anxious. Oh, sweetie, that's so sweet. But I can't go. I lost my smile. What? Why not? I have to work. That big project. We have a deadline. I have to work all weekend. I'm so sorry, Katie. I really am. He looked heartbroken. He seemed like he was sorry. I was very disappointed. It was so powerful. I could hardly breathe. You have to work on our wedding day? My voice was little. I know it is awful. I hate it. But my boss said it is very important. We will celebrate next weekend. I promise we will do something fantastic. He came over and hugged me. I was standing there, in his arms, but I did not feel anything. I felt so hollow. I canceled the vacation. I was very sad. It was Friday the next day. I got off work early. I simply wanted to go home and get some sleep. I didn't want to think about my sad, lonely weekend. My friend called me on the drive home. Her name is Kate. Katie, are you all right? You don't sound happy, she said. I'm good, just tired. Jack has to work this whole weekend. Our trip's canceled. There was no answer. Is he working? You sure? Kate asked. Awed her voice. Yes, he has a large project. Why? Well, she began. She sounded anxious. I'm in that little town by the mountains, the one with all the old shops. I'm here for the day. I think I just saw Jack. My heart stopped beating. What? No, it can't be. He's at the office. I'm sure it was him, Katie. He was with a woman. They were heading inside that wonderful restaurant by the river. They were laughing. They were holding hands. The blood flowed cold in my veins. A woman? What was she like? I muttered. I knew the answer beforehand. I didn't want to hear it, but I had to find out. Kate was silent for a beat. Katie had long blonde hair and was wearing a crimson dress. I'm very sorry, but I assume it was Valentina. I let go of the phone. It fell on the floor of my automobile. I could not hear a thing. I could see nothing. There was only a loud roar in my ears. My sister, my hubby, holding hands, in the town where I'd rented the house for us. It was not a work thing. That was a lie. None of it was true. I don't remember driving home. My hands were trembling. My eyes were wet with tears. I went home, and the house was vacant. It was empty, of course. They were a pair. I walked through the chambers. Our living room, with our wedding pictures on the wall. Our kitchen, where we used to cook together in. Every room in the house had a memory, and all the memories was false. I could not remain there. I went into my car. I went to my parents' place. It was 2 hours' drive. I didn't call them. I drove. That's all. I cried all the way. I wept for my damaged heart. I wept for my lost trust. I wept for the sister I thought I had. I cried for the husband I thought I had. I was with my folks for 2 days. I didn't answer my phone. Jack called me and called me. Valentina also phoned me. I had no desire to speak to them. I didn't have a comeback. My mother rocked me and I cried. My dad cooked us soup. Not many queries were asked. They merely noticed my suffering. I knew I had to go back on Sunday night. I had to confront them. I had to find out. I came back home. My house. It didn't feel like home anymore. Jack was sitting on the sofa as I stepped in. He looked awful. He was bearded. His eyes were crimson. He sprung up when he spotted me. Katie. Oh my God, I was so worried. Where were you? He tried to hug me. I shoved him away. Don't touch me, I said to him. My voice was ice cold. It wasn't my voice. I know, Jack. I know about you and Valentina. His face turned pallid. He opened his jaw. But no words came forth. He simply stared at me. My friend saw you, I said, in the mountain town, holding her hand. Was that a professional project, Jack? Was Valentina your boss? He spoke at length. His voice was really low. Katie, it's not what you think. It not what I think? I began to giggle. It was an insane sound. You lied to me. You canceled our vacation to be with my sister. What am I supposed to think? I love you. The words hurt me. I answered, no. I shook my head. No, you don't. You don't lie to someone you love. You don't injure someone you love. Not like this. Tears started to fall again. I couldn't stop them. How long, Jack? How long has this been going on? He stared down at the floor. He couldn't meet my eyes. A few months, he murmured. 2 or 3 months. And the late nights, the smell, the necklace. Now I saw it all. It was all true. I wasn't crazy. My heart broke into a million pieces. Get out, I said. What? He looked up. He was appalled. Grab your stuff and get out of my house. I want you gone. Now. He began to cry. Katie, please. We can fix this. I did something. Something terrible. A mistake? I shouted. This wasn't a mistake. This was a choice. You chose to hurt me. You chose her. So now you can go to her. Get out. He saw the gleam in my eye. He realized I was not joking. He walked gently down to our bedroom. Our bedroom. I felt nauseated at the prospect. He prepared a bag. He said nothing more. He stepped to the door and paused. He gazed at me one more time. I'm so sorry, Katie, he told her. Then he went. I heard the door shut. I was by myself. The next day, Valentina came. I noticed her automobile over there. I didn't want to look at her. I didn't want to talk to her, but I knew I had to do it. She went to knock on the door, but I answered it. She stood up. She seems to have been crying too. Katie, she said. I asked, why? It was the only word I knew to utter. Why, Valentina? You're my sister, my dearest friend. I loved you. I trusted you. I know, she said. Tears poured down her cheeks. I love you too. I never wanted to hurt you. Didn't want to hurt me? I said. My voice went up. You slept with my husband. You lied to my face for months. How is that not hurting me? I don't know what happened, she sobbed. It simply happened. We talked. We got close. I was lonely. He was so nice to me. One thing led to another. It was wrong. I know it was wrong, but I couldn't stop it. You could not stop it? I said. I shook my head. You could have stopped it at any time. You could have thought of me, your sister. But you didn't. You only thought of yourself. I am so sorry, she wailed. Forgive me. I can't lose you, Katie. I watched her. I gazed at her sobbing face. She was my baby sister. I had guarded her all my life. All my life I had loved her. But the man before me was a stranger. I had never seen her. "You've lost me already," I remarked gently. "You lost me when you picked my husband over me. I have no sister left. Please go." I shut the door. I took a seat on the floor. I listened to her crying outdoors for a long time. Then I heard her drive away. Once more, the house was silent. The two people I loved most in this world were gone. They had snatched my heart away with them. The weeks that followed were bleak. They were vacant. I felt like a ghost in my own home. Every corner held a painful memory. Took down all the photographs, the wedding pictures, the images of me and Valentina as kids. I put them into a box. I put it up in the attic. I could not face them. I didn't eat much. I didn't get much sleep. I headed to the office. But I didn't tell anybody. I just did my job and went home. My friend Kate phoned me every day. She brought food to me. She made me say, she was a decent friend. She showed me that not all depart. It was slow, but things were changing. One morning, I awoke. The sun shone. I cracked the window. I could feel the fresh air on my face. For the first time in a long time, I did not cry. It was a little thing, but it looked large. I began to do things for myself. I began to take long walks in the park. I looked at the birds. I watched the kids playing. I began to see the world around me again. I began reading novels. I was lost in other people's stories. It made me forget mine for a brief while. I chose to change my home. I changed the color of the walls. A brilliant, joyful yellow. I purchased new curtains. I dragged the furniture. I wanted it to be my place, not our beat, mine alone. It was beginning to feel like home again. My house. That moment was a learning experience for me. I learned that I was stronger than I thought. It was a big pain, but I was the bigger one. I learned I could be alone. I didn't need a husband to make me happy. I was whole without a sister. I only needed myself. It was a tough lesson. A lesson really harsh, but it was a significant one. I learned to listen to my emotions. That little chill I had in the beginning, it was attempting to say something to me. I didn't listen then, but now I will listen forever. I learned to believe in myself. A year passed. I still have days that make me unhappy. I still miss the family I thought I had, but there are fewer gloomy days, more of the happy days. I'm beginning to be joyful again. It's another kind of happiness. It is quite pleased, a great bliss. It is from within me. I don't know what happened to Jack and Valentina. I heard that they moved to another city together. I hope they're happy, but this is no longer my tale. This is my tale. It's about a woman who lost everything. Then she was found. One morning, I was having coffee in my kitchen. The sun poured in through the window. It made everything warm and bright. I looked around at my residence, my yellow walls, my new curtain. My books are there on the table. It was all my own. I picked it all, grinned. It was a genuine smile, not a false one. I hadn't smiled like that in a long time. That day, I decided to try something different. I went to the flower shop in town. There was a very sweet old gentleman. His name was Mr. Davis. "Good morning," he said. "What can I do for you today?" I remarked. I want some flowers for my house. Something bright, something joyful. He smiled. I've got just the thing. He brought out yellow flowers. They were like miniature suns. Sunflowers, he said, always looking for the light. I answered, they are perfect. I ordered 6 sunflowers. I brought them home. I put them in blue vase. I put the vase on my kitchen table. The flowers brought the whole place to life. That night, Kate came to call. She saw the roses immediately. They're gorgeous, oh, Katie, she remarked. I just bought them today, I said. I needed something colorful in here. Kate looked at me. Her eyes were gentle. You look different, she said. You look lighter. I feel lighter, I said. It's like a big coat has been taken off my shoulders. We sat at my table. We sipped tea and gazed at the sunflowers. Kate informed me of her day. I told her what mine was. It was natural. It was good. Katie, Kate whispered softly, I'm proud of you. Why? I said. You didn't let them break you. You're still here. You're still you. I thought about her words. I'm not the same person as I was before, I said. No, answered Kate. You're more powerful now. After Kate left that night, I sat in my living room. I gazed at the blank wall, where our wedding picture was hanging. I looked there for the first time, and I was not sad. I did not feel anything, and nothing seemed right. In the following week, something happened. I was in the grocery store. I bought apples. I heard a voice behind. Peace? I spun around. Old school friend. Jenna was her name. I hadn't seen her in years. Jenna, I exclaimed. How you doin'? I'm all right, she said. How are you? I heard about, you know, Jack and your sister. I was hot. My narrative was known in the town. I was humiliated. I'm okay, I whispered. Jenna stared at me. Her eyes were gentle. You look good, Katie. You appear in good health. Thanks, I replied. Listen, Jenna said. I teach painting at the community center on Thursday nights. You should come. You always loved to draw when we were little. I forgot about that thing. I loved art class in school. I loved to draw flowers and trees. I enjoyed color mixing. I don't know, I answered. It's been a long time. That does not matter, Jenna added. Art's like riding a bike. You never truly forget. Just think about it, okay? That night I sat in my yellow kitchen. I mulled about Jenna's comments. I thought I might draw again. The thought made me eager. It was a feeling I hadn't had in a long time. The following Thursday, I went to the community center. I stepped in, and my hands were shaking. There were 8 others there. They all looked well. When she spotted me, Jenna grinned. Katie, I'm so glad you came. She gave me paper and crayons. Just draw what you feel, she replied. I stared at the blank paper. I didn't know what to draw on. Then I remembered my sunflowers. I made yellow circles. I painted stems green. I put leaves in. It felt nice to move my hand over the page. It felt fantastic to create something lovely. For 2 hours, I forgot there was anything else. I simply painted. When class was over, Jenna looked at my drawing. This is wonderful, Katie. You're really talented. I gazed at my paper sunflowers. They weren't ideal, but they belonged to me. I created them. Can I take it home? I asked. Sure, Jenna responded. It's yours. I hung the drawing on my fridge at home. It was a thing of pride to behold. I had made a good product. Every Thursday, I went to art class. I painted flowers. I made trees. I got the birds from the park. Every drawing was better than the one before. Every drawing made me feel more like me. That evening, I was walking home from painting class. It was cold out. Bright were the stars. Within me, I had tranquility. Then I looked at them, Valentina and Jack. They were on the sidewalk, coming toward me. They had not seen me motionless. My heart started to beat faster. I wanted to go back. I wanted to flee. But I didn't. I walked on. Jack saw me first. His face turned white. Valentina looked frightened. They ceased walking. I quit as well. There we were on the sidewalk, 3 persons who once were a family. Now we were strangers. Jack muttered, "Hello, Katie." "Hello," I said. My voice was steady. I was shocked at how calm I was sounding. "How are you?" Valentina said. Her voice sounded so tiny. "I'm fine," I said. And I meant what I said. I was okay. Valentina seemed as if she wanted to say more, but no words were forthcoming. "I'm glad you're okay," Jack said. "Thanks," I replied. We stood there a moment longer. Then I set out walking once more. I walked by them. I didn't look back. I came home and sat on my sofa. I waited for sadness. I waited to get mad, but I didn't feel these things. I was at peace. I was free. I saw them. They were my past, but they were not in my present. They would not be in my future. That night I called my parents. I hadn't spoken to them in a few weeks. "Hello, sweetheart," said my mother. "How are you?" "I'm okay, Mom. I'm really okay." "You sound different," she observed. "You sound glad." I said, "Happy am I. I saw Jack and Valentina today." "Oh, sweetie. How are you feeling?" "I'm fine," I said. "I think I'm ready to get over it. Really get over it." My mother was silent a moment. "I'm so proud of you, Katie." Next morning, I got up early. The sun was barely beginning to rise. I brewed coffee. I sat at the kitchen table with my sunflowers. I peered out the window at the waking world. I thought of my life. The old life. The new life. The old Katie. And the new one. I liked the new Katie more. She was stronger. She was more courageous. She was more like herself. I flip open my notebook. I began to write. And so I penned my story. I wrote about the pain. I wrote about healing. I wrote about the sunflowers. About the art sessions. I wrote about rediscovering myself. Writing was good. It was like sketching. It was like making beauty out of brokenness. That afternoon, I went to the park. I sat down on my favorite bench. I watched the children playing. I watched dogs run. I observed life going on all around me. A tiny child was weeping. She dumped her ice cream on the floor. Her mother was trying to soothe her. "It's okay, honey," said the mother. "We can get another one." But I wanted that one. The small girl sobbed. I saw them go over to the ice cream truck. The small girl had some new ice cream, this time strawberry. And she grinned. The first one she forgot completely. I thought of the tiny girl. Sometimes we lose something we love. We weep. We are unhappy, but then we find a new one. One more thing. Sometimes the new thing is even better. Life isn't always easy. People harm you sometimes. Loved ones, people you can trust. The pain was awful. Your heart will shatter, but your heart can recover. You can be healed. It takes a bit. That requires courage. It goes in baby steps. A stroll in the park, a fresh color on the wall, just a little bit of sunshine. Art lessons, sunflower, new buddies. It is okay to be sad. Crying is fine. It's okay to become lost. But you need get up again. You have to keep going. You must keep on growing. You can do this as well. You're tougher than you know. You made it. Me too. Just like the little kid with her new cone of ice cream. Just like the sunflowers always turn to the sun.
This story was emotional but also hopeful. I felt very sad for Katie because she lost both her husband and her sister at the same time. But I liked how she slowly rebuilt her life step by step. The sunflower part was beautiful because it showed healing, strength, and learning to look forward happiness again. Thank you so much for watching, and please share your point of view in the comment section. I will read them all and see you in the next video.